All right, let's talk about safe haven. All right, so we know that Norwex mission is to create safe havens in people's homes. So eliminating those toxic chemicals that create all sorts of health concerns and issues, and also really to create an ease of cleaning. So we want to spend time with our families, right? You know, getting up and spending an entire day or two just cleaning the house is daunting sometimes. That's actually the reason why I joined Norwex, is because it saved me. It literally cut my cleaning time down by 75%. But then learning about how to eliminate all those toxic chemicals in our lives and what those toxic chemicals are really doing to us really drew me in even more. So, Safe Haven. What I want to talk about today is something called the Safe Haven 5 set. So this is a product that Norwex came out with actually last January. They redid their packaging and things, and this is probably one of the most brilliant packages they put together. It takes 5 of our top products and puts them together at a reduced rate so that you can start cleaning your home. And not even cleaning your home, but Norwexing your home. Okay, we're gonna verb it, right? We're gonna make a verb a word, or a word a verb. And when doing that, using just these 5 products, you can essentially clean 95% of your home, and that's it. So I want to introduce you to this, especially if you're new to Norwex. This is the key, understanding the Safe Haven 5. Okay, so again, if the Safe Haven 5 set comes in a box like this, and I'm going to open it for you. All right, now in this box, we have our top 5 products. I'm going to spend just a second talking about each of them. All right, first thing is we have our EnviroCloth. This is the E for Everything cloth. We're going to talk about it specifically as far as what it does, how it works. Then we also have our window cloth. We're going to talk about how those two pair up to create a really great husband and wife team. Then we have our dusting mitt. That dusting was one of my least favorite tasks. However, with the dusting mitt, it's not like you're just taking the dust and throwing it in the air or having it fall on the ground. This dusting mitt actually picks it up and traps the dust inside, and it works on a static charge. So you really just rub the mitt against itself, so that way it can get itself ready to work and be statically charged. And it is a mitt, so you put it in your hand and it fits like a glove. We also have our cleaning paste. I'll talk a little bit more about this. And our 5th one is our laundry detergent, which we'll talk about as well. Okay, so let's kind of delve into a few of these products in detail. All right, so I still didn't quite close it. We'll leave it like that. Sounds good to me. All right, so I want to talk about each of these products. First of all, every single one of our products is labeled. Hold on, I want to grab one thing out that I forgot to get. Whoops, hold on. Bear with me, it's right here. All right, I wanted to have a full one to show you instead of opening up the package. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the EnviroCloth. Each one of our cloths, whether it's the EnviroCloth, window cloth, body cloth, whatever, you name it, has its name on the tag. So if you take a look here, you will see that this tells you it's an Enviro, and you'll see here the word backlock. So these two things make a huge difference as far as when we start talking about our products. All of our products are labeled, so you know this is the EnviroCloth. Then when you see the backlock on there, that means it has the silver wrapped up inside of it, and I'll talk about what that means. I'm going to spend the most time really talking about the EnviroCloth and then just highlighting a few of these other ones. All right, so the EnviroCloth, this one particular cloth right here can clean 95% of your home with just water. You want to use the EnviroCloth wet, and it folds into 8 working sides. So you have side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, and then you flip it, take it outside in, out, or inside out, right side in. You have 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. So you get this cloth wet and you start going to town in your house. This one cloth, when used wet, will remove 99% of any bacteria or anything on a surface by just wiping it up. And it traps it inside. So that's what I'm going to spend some time talking about how our EnviroCloth works, because once you kind of understand this, the rest of Norwex makes sense. All right. In order for anything to be considered microfiber in this country, it has to be 1/6 of a human hair. That means you can take one strand of a human hair and give yourself 6 split ends, and that's microfiber. Norwex says that's not good enough. Norwex says I want 1/200th of a human hair. So you take a human hair and you give it 200 split ends on one strand. That is how fine and that is how tiny this microfiber is, which is what this cloth is made up of. And in fact, this one cloth right here, if you were to unravel it, it would stretch all the way from Manitoba, Canada, down to the Gulf of Mexico. That is how much microfiber is woven into this one cloth right here. That being said, it's woven together with a star-like pattern. So it's specifically woven together so that it will pick up and then trap anything that it picks up in there. So it holds on to it. So if you are cleaning off a raw chicken from your countertop and it's picking up all that protein, it traps it in there and won't transfer from one surface to the next. It's crazy. And you'll see a few demos that I have going on with that. It'll explain all of that in there for you. It'll actually not explain it, it will show it to you. So it traps it right in there. Now, it holds it there until you're ready to release it. So how you want to release it is you're going to get that cloth after you've used it. You're going to get your water super, super hot. And because that hot water is going to open up the fibers. Don't burn yourself. Not that super hot, but hot enough where you can touch it. And you're going to get the cloth under the hot water and you're going to rub it against itself. You're going to give it a quick peri-wash. All right, so as you're doing that, the fibers are opening up and all that gunk that you just collected is going to fall right out. And then what you're going to do is now you've released it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take that cloth and you're going to fold it and fold it and fold it and you're going to wring it out super well to dry. Then you're going to take it by its tag and you're going to hang it to dry. And as it's hanging by its tag to dry, remember I point out that word backlock in there? The backlock is going to go to town. Okay, so what's backlock, right? So backlock is Norwex trademark silver. So silver is woven into each and every single one of these microfibers. Liquid silver is woven in there on each of the fibers because when you rinse your cloth and you squeeze it and you hang it to dry, the air as it activates the air when it hits the cloth is going to activate the backlock and your cloth is going to self-purify. So what does that mean? Silver is a natural antimicrobial. What it means is bacteria actually cannot form on any silver, which is where the term born with a silver spoon in your mouth came from, because way back when, the rich people could afford to, like during the plague and diseases and things like that, rich people could afford to feed their kids off of pure silverware, and that's what they did because no bacteria is actually able to grow on silver. So while this is hanging dry and the backlock is activated, there's no bacteria that can grow on your cloth. So all that nonsense that you picked up, that you've rinsed off and put in there, none of that is going to continue any kind of growth in your cloth, and it's going to be self-purified. All right? So that's how the EnviroCloth works. You use this wet, removes bacteria, and again, you have the 8 working sides. So if you get it wet, you can start cleaning your whole house. If you find it's not picking up as much, like all those fibers now are clogged with everything you picked up, you just flip that baby around and you keep going to town and you got 8 sides to do that with. All right, that's the EnviroCloth. Now the window cloth, which I'll put right here, the window cloth is the buddy to the EnviroCloth. So we call this the husband and wife team. The peanut butter and jelly, the Bert and Ernie, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it. The EnviroCloth comes in, does all the hard work, the washing, the scrubbing, the getting it all nice and clean. The window cloth now comes in and gives it a nice polish. So again, you can use the EnviroCloth on any surface in your home. But when you go to wash your windows, your mirrors, your stainless steel, you want to polish off your chrome in your bathrooms, whatever it is, once you're done washing it, you take the window cloth and you use this one dry and you polish what you just washed and you now have a streak-free, lint-free, beautiful shine. And I was just at a party where someone was telling me that she was at her friend's house who just washed the windows and 3 people ran, or I should say the sliding glass door, 3 people ran right into the door. That's how clean it was. Really awesome. All right, but you'll see demos and stuff with that. Those are those 2. All right, so that's the Enviro and the window. Husband and wife, ready to go. I already explained a little bit about the dusting mitt, but I'll just show you here. I have my green one. Again, you just put this baby on your hand. You rub it against itself to give it that nice static charge. You can rub it against your hand. You go to town. That side gets full. You flip to your other hand. You have a whole new working side. bunch of awesome stuff that this does. You can get this wet, so you could use it dry to dust. You could even like sprint some water if you want to sprint like water a little bit on there as you're dusting. You can use it wet to clean your screens. I'm going to do a demo of that one day. Clean your screens off. You can even, if you have like the micro suede kind of couches and things like that, or we have our kitchen chairs, so we'll get this little wet and just keep wiping through it, and it gets rid of all the grime and the dirt and everything. But again, when you're using it dry, you want to rub it against itself and use it with that static charge. Okay, cleaning paste. I call this elbow grease in a jar. And if you take a look here, the angle's not the best where you can see. It's kind of pasty. I don't know if you get this. Oh, there we go. Okay, and you can see it's like pasty. It's cracking. That's totally fine. It's in there. It's a solid piece in there. And all you're going to do is you are going to get like your EnviroCloth wet, or a Speary sponge or a Speary net, whatever you end up being. Get this wet. You dip it in there. This will remove stains off of, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe. My white porcelain sink. I just need this and that, and I get all the scratch marks, especially those stainless marks, right off. A friend of mine had her cleats from her son that she then had to pass down to her daughter, and her daughter's like, I want new cleats. So she cleaned them off and presented them, and her daughter's like, thanks for the new cleats, Mom. They weren't new, just the cleaning paste. Also, if you have like those tin can stains on your countertop, my favorite thing that I love to show is Sharpie. If you have Sharpie on your counter, your walls, wherever, this and the EnviroCloth will get rid of permanent marker. Dolls, I've had customers whose daughters went to town on their Barbies or their other dolls. Cleaning paste, it is literally miracle working cream paste in a jar. Best thing I also use this for is to clean my oven. So I take this with a Speary net and some water, and I clean the oven, and it's done. It's beautiful. Clean paste can even do so much more. Made up of three active ingredients: marble flour, free and clear soap, and coconut oil. And it's got a beautiful fragrance to it. So again, that is a cleaning paste. And I have my jar of cleaning paste. It's lasted me over a year. And I do a number of parties that I use this at. I use it at my house and for a number of parties. I do sometimes like 1-2 parties a week, and I'm still using it going strong after a year. So you get a lot of use out of it. Last thing, laundry detergent. This is huge. Okay, for the laundry detergent, when you wash your Norwex cloths, you want to make sure you wash them in hot water, no lint, so lint-free load. Then you want to make sure, so hot water, lint-free load, no fabric softener, no dryer sheets. There's one thing missing. Oh, the free and clear soap. And I also add a little bit of vinegar to my wash as well. It's another antimicrobial and a little bit of a softener. But no fabric sheets, no dryer sheets with any of your Norwex stuff. But really, no fabric sheets or dryer sheets at all. If you look at like the ratings of those, number 1 of the cancer-causing ingredients are in our fabric softeners, our dryer sheets, and all of that. And it only takes 26 seconds of something that's on your skin to absorb into your bloodstream. So, all that. Now, the laundry detergent. This is a huge bag of laundry detergent that will last you forever. If you have an HE washer, you only want to use 1 teaspoon of detergent. That's it, nothing more. If you have a non-HE washer like I do, you use 1 tablespoon of detergent. And that's it for a large load. You do anything smaller, you want to cut that baby back. All right, so that's all you need of our powder laundry detergent. This, obviously, we use to clean our Norwex stuff, but this is the only laundry detergent we use in our house, period. I will do one other tip. If you're washing your Norwex and you have an HE washer, because our cloths are super absorbent and the washing machine determines your water level by how it's all in there, you'll want to add another bucket full of water, or just get all of your Norwex cloths super, super wet before you put them in, because that's going to help make sure you get enough water in there as well. Okay, so I wanted to keep this under 10 minutes, and I'm at 13, so I'm going to stop. All right, Safe Haven 5-step. This is, if you have not done anything with Norwex, you don't really know what it's about, this is the most awesome place to start, because again, 95% of your house can be cleaned with these 5 ingredients and you're done. No more glass cleaner, bathroom cleaners, tile cleaners, anything, detergents, anything. All you need is this. All right, let me know if you have any questions. See you later. Bye.